There's Sooty and Sweet, and Panda called Sue, and little cousin Scampy. There'll be fun galore with the terrible four. Just you wait and see. It's Sooty and Company. Sooty and Company.
Oh, hello there. Just enjoying a bit of peace and quiet before it's too late. It's too late. What? Who was I talking to? I was talking to that lot, actually. Can you say hello to them? Well, I should think so. Go on then. Say hello to Sooty. That's it. So, that's enough. What can we do for you? You want some batteries for your game? Game? Is this a game? This thing? Looks more like a plastic building brick. How do you play with this thing, then? Do you see how far you can throw it? Or see how many you can pile on top of each other? It's a computer game. Oh, it's a computer game. I see. You know the problem with computer games? The problem is that you don't play a computer game. You know what happens is the computer plays the game and you stand there staring at it. Absolute rubbish, these. You should get yourself a proper game, you know, Sooty. Like what? Well, strange you should mention that because I've decided that we're going to try and sell these little beauties in the shop. See these? Actual replicas of old toys. Now, what have we got? This is a whip, and with it goes a top. There you are, see? And we've got a little mini stick and a hoop. There we are. Now, what do you think about those, eh? What do you think? You're speechless, aren't you? Money has been speechless for 40 years. Look, you take these toys and go and have a little play with them. Go on, take them away. Have a little go with them. See what you think, okay? Did you see his face then? Did you see his little eyes sparkle when he saw those toys? Real toys. Why? When I were a lad, that's what we used to play with. Real toys. You know, there's many a thing about the old days that we don't have these days. Community spirit, true friendship, rickets. Just a minute, hang on, sorry. Oi, do you mind?
What?
Would you stop playing that horrible din whilst I'm speaking?
Sorry.
Sorry about that. It's one of the problems about living in the north of England. Those brass bands get everywhere.
And apparently, these are the sort of toys that Matthew used to play with when he was little. Things like this, a whip and top. Is that right, Sooty? What do you do with them? Well, I'm not sure, but I think you put the top down there, and then you hit it with this whip, like this. Take that, and that, and that, you naughty top, you. Take that. That's not a very good game. No, you're right, Sweet. Does seem a bit sad, doesn't it? What do you do with the stick and hoop? Well, I'm not sure, Scampy. I wasn't born 90 years ago. But if you hold the hoop, I think what you do is this. You hit it with the stick like this. Take that, you bad hoop. Let this be a lesson to you.
Come on. Oh. Thought you caught me playing the game then, didn't you? Eh? Well, you didn't, because as I already explained to Sooty, with computer games, you don't play the game at all. The computer plays the game, and you just watch it doing it. Mind-numbing rubbish, those. Now, if you want to see a proper toy, a real toy, have a look at this. This is a proper toy. A gyroscope. There is a toy that will get you thinking.
Hello, Matthew. Yuck.
What's the matter, Sue? What's wrong?
Well, someone's left their dental brace on the counter.
That's not a dental brace.
Yes, it is.
This is a gyroscope, Sue. Oh, hi, Sooty. What do you think about this? What? What does it do? I'm just going to show you. Hang on a minute. It spins around. Just watch this. Watch. There we are, look. It spins around. Oh, hi, Sweep. Oh, and here's something else it will do. Watch this. It will stand on Sweep's head if he'll stay still. There we are. And then it will spin around. Anyway, all right, thank you. Let me just take it. The point about this is, stand still. The point about this is it's a traditional toy, and it's educational, and it makes you think.
Yes, you're right. It makes me think how much I like my modern, non-educational toy, like my trendy Wendy doll.
Trendy Wendy?
Yes, and Sweep likes his macho man.
Very nice, very nice. What, Sooty? And you like your macho man as well?
Yes.
Whoa, troops. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with having little characters to play with. They're very nice, except these are horrible, cheap plastic rubbish. Why, when I were a lad, we had real dollies. We had dollies that were made by craftsmen, made to last a lifetime, made with love, care, and attention. You know, this little girl here is a real dolly. She's made to last a lifetime. Why, she'd be by your side when you had the measles, and when you had whooping cough, she'd share a bucket with you. And in the cold winter's evenings, she'd be there to snuggle up to. I used to... Yeah, all right, very funny. Excuse me. Oi! Oi! Will you stop making that din, please?
I'm sorry, I was just trying to...
Well, don't try. Just leave. All right, just leave.
Yeah, but...
Never mind the buts. Just leave the shop. Leave the shop. Go on. Go out. Out. Yeah, all right, very funny, very funny. But I mean it, I mean it. There were lots of things about the old days that were better than these days. Like, prove it. All right, Mr. Smarty Pants, I jolly well will.
Good.
I'll prove it. Prove it? Prove it? I will prove it. There were lots of things about yesteryear that are better than today. Now, in this dressing-up box, I've got a Victorian outfit. I'm going to put it on, and I'm going to spend the day rather like somebody would have done 100 years ago. No, I'm not wearing that. That's just silly, isn't it? No, as a matter of fact, I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to have a better time than they will. Ah, yes. Just think of it. Time spent just reading gently by the light of candles. No cars, no computers, no television sets. Just the smell of fresh bread baking up fob. And the sound of an honest beef stew bubbling on the... Just a minute. Oi!
Me?
Well, I don't see anybody else in here. Would you get out of my bedroom, please?
Yes, but I was just...
Never mind what you were doing. Just take your trombone, blow it somewhere else. Go on, off you go. Go on. Out! Out! Thank you.
Good day, ma'am. Good day and good cheer, kind sirs. I trust I find you not in a melancholy mood.
I beg your pardon?
Well, it's just yesteryear speak, Sue. The
Oh.
way people would have spoken in Victorian times.
Right.
Anyway, I'm going to prove you wrong. I've got all the right clothes on, but first, what's for breakfast?
Well, there's bacon.
Yes? Yeah, eggs, yeah. What was it? And sausage? Great.
Yes, and tomatoes and fried bread and toast and jam and cereal and kippers.
Yummily, scrummily, 'tis a comely feast you have set before me, wench.
Ah, yes, well, actually, I haven't said it before you.
What? What do you mean?
I haven't said it before you because that's our breakfast. Your breakfast is in that bowl there.
What, this... Oh, what's this?
It's gruel, Matthew. The sort of soup they used to eat in the good old days.
What's it like? It's lovely, sweet. No, it's really nice. You see, the trouble is there's too many people these days eating too much food. There's food being wasted all over the place. Why, when I were a lad, we used to enjoy nothing better than a nice bowl of gruel. But occasionally we'd put a bit of bread on the side, and sometimes, if we were lucky, we'd put a parsnip in, or even a couple, and perhaps a tomato. And often we would put some soft scoop ice cream in as well, just like that. And then... Excuse me. Oi, come here. Would you take that clarionet and get out, please?
It's not a clarinet.
Oh, it's not a clarinet. Well, what sort of a musical instrument is it, prithee?
It's a cornet.
A cornet.
A cornet.
Thank you. Excuse me. There you are. It's now not a cornet, it's a 99. Now, out you go. Come on, out, out, out. Go on, enjoy it. Go on, out, disappear. Go on. And if you'll just excuse me.
Where are you going?
I'm going upstairs. Never mind where I'm going. God, I'm going to see a man about a dog, actually.
Oh.
God, can't go anywhere without being closely questioned these days. They've got no respect, you know. Why, when I were a lad, we knew the meaning of the word respect. Oh, we knew the meaning of the word work as well. And we knew the meaning of the words corrugated iron. Although a fat lot of use that did me. Any road up... Excuse me. Excuse me, would you stop doing that? What the bloomin' ecky thump do you think you're doing?
It's atmosphere. I mean atmospheric music.
Well, I don't want atmospheric music, especially not in the privy. Now, get out. Go on, out. Thank you. Thank you very much. All I want is a moment's peace and I get some twit giving me atmospheric music wherever I go.
So, we're agreed then, eh? That was a brill suggestion of yours, Sooty. Scampy said he'll stay behind and look after the shop, whilst the three of us go with Matthew. If we can persuade him to take us, I don't think there's much fear there.
What are you lot doing?
We wanted to talk to you, Matthew.
It's about the good old days.
Yes. You see, since you keep telling us how good they were, we wondered if you would like to show us exactly what you mean.
Well, as it happens, what they had to say did make a lot of sense. You see, just about 2 miles from Manchester International Airport is a remarkable Victorian working mill, preserved just the way things were well over 100 years ago. It's open to the public, and Sooty, Sweep and Sue had wanted to see it for ages. So here they are, arriving. The thing is that they said that since I like old-fashioned things, I should use an old-fashioned form of transport to get here. Shanks's pony, walking. But what they don't realise is they're playing right into my hands. You see, they think I don't want to be walking along here in the freezing cold with no coat wearing clogs. But they are wrong because I love it. Why, when I were a lad, we used to walk to school and back again and we didn't have no clogs at all. Oh no, we used to wear paper bags on our feet. And they weren't new bags either, because them was saved for Sundays. No, and when it rained, we used to take paper bags off his feet and put them in our pockets, and we used to walk on his hands. Excuse me, just a minute. Wait, I can warn you. Give it to me.
Get off.
Will you stop it?
it.
For goodness
Get
sake.
off.
Right, where were we? Yes. Why, when I were a lad, we used to walk to school with paper bags on his hands and his feet and sometimes over his heads. Yes, well, that's quite enough of that. Thank you very much. Goodness me, I can even bore myself. Anyway, whilst I'm making my weary way to the mill, Sooty, Sweep and Sue are already in there. And it looks as if they're having a very interesting time, too. Here's Sue, watching someone doing some silk screen printing. And here's Sweep, having a look at a water wheel. Now here is John Gregg, the original mill owner, and here is his eldest son, Robert, and here's the master of the quarry, Edward Gregg, and here is the mill owner's wife, Jane Cunningham, and here's... it's you! Oh, of course it's me! God, you know something, I think I've gone off the old days a bit. These clogs are killing my feet. I'll have a sit down, give them a bit of a rest. I'll tell you what, this is a fantastic room, isn't it? This must have been the governor's office. He probably sat in that seat there, giving out orders and handing out the pay, things like that. Tell you what, things were very tough in those days. Mind you, when I say tough, I mean tough but fair. It would probably have been called the works foreman, and he would have sat in that seat there, and all the employees or workers. Just a minute. They would have queued up on these. They were queued up on these very floorboards, waiting to receive their pay. Some of the workers were only 10 years old, or even younger, and some of them were orphans, didn't have any mummies or daddies, and they would, of course, have lived at the apprentice's house up the road. Come on. Of course, they... will have worked from before sunup till after sundown, and all for a pittance. Ah! There he is! More atmospheric music. Well, you can keep it. I don't want it. Oh, I think I'll have a sit down. Rest my tootsies. Oh, they're killing me. Tell you what, I could probably get used to this, being the boss. Oh, yes. Being a boss would suit me down to the ground. Oh, yes. Suit me. Down to the ground, down to the ground, down to the ground, down to the ground. What? Who is it? Who? Oh. Please, sir. It's me, sir. And what do you, the factory oik, want with likes of me, manager at mill, eh, laddie? Please, sir, I want some wages, sir. Nay, laddie, there's got to do a bit of work before they can have any wages. Now, go and get us a gromlin bar from Spraking Shed, and then I'll think about some wages. Aye, a gromlin bar from Spraking Shed.
A grumbling bar from Spraking Shed.
You know, you're a right attractive little panda, you are. Them little eyes, eh? Look, why don't you pop up to Great House at the end of that shift and we can talk about that promotion. What do you want? You got a grumbling bar from Spraking Shed? I did not ask for a grumbling bar from Spraking Shed. I wanted a Saganocker's bottom split from Warping House. Now, what did I want?
Saganocker's bottom split from Walking House.
Correct. Now, go!
Right. A Saganocker's bottom split from Walking House.
You've got a Saganocker's bottom split. Oh, you poor little thing. Oh, yes, I see what you mean, so you have. What a clever little apprentice you are. You deserve your wages. Let me see if I can wake the manager up. Wakey, wakey, sir. Wakey, wakey. Wakey, wakey, Matthew. Wakey, wakey.
What on earth is happening?
You've been asleep, Matthew. You were muttering something about the old days.
The old asleep? Well, hang on, you mean I'm not really the manager of a Victorian mill?
No, of course not.
Whew. Well, that's a relief. Tell you what, sweet. Here we are. There's £1 for you. That's a week's wages. You're a very good apprentice. Oh, and Sue, there's £1 for you as well. That's for you just for being pretty.
Thank you.
And Scampy, here's £1. Well, that's just a bonus for your pocket money. And Sooty, come here. There's £1 for you and a kiss. That's just to say I'm glad that we're living in the 20th century. There we are. Let's say goodbye, shall we? Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye. See you again soon.